Achareka, from General Manager from Godrej and Boyce. I would like to give you the floor now to come in with another case study from your company.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sorry I don't have a formal presentation with me. What I'll be telling is jogging my memory back 20 years where we actually started our foray with hydrocarbons. We started with a project called EcoFrig where there was a Swiss agency. It was GIZ along the way and MOEF where we started exploring about hydrocarbon, new technologies. Dr. Agarwal and many other seniors were there who were guiding us. And we first tried to develop refrigerators, and by 1999, 2001, we had our hydrocarbon-powered refrigerators ready and in the market. Today, there are more than 10 million refrigerators already in the market. Coming to the topic of the day, which is related to air conditioners. Around 2010, when we were thinking about getting into air conditioners and what technology to adopt, hydrocarbon, of course, was at the back of the mind and trying to explore further. At that point of time, MOEF and GTZ, as it was then known, they approached us for a project of converting air conditioners with hydrocarbon. And 2010 to 2012 was a journey where we tried lot of permutations and combinations, tried to develop a air conditioner which could be powered by hydrocarbon. The first step to do that was having some reference, some benchmark. So the best benchmark was taking a R22 refrigerator, air conditioner and getting a drop-in. So Dr. Agarwal is recollecting all those days. So the drop-in gave us results which were, encouraging but not very encouraging. There were drop in cooling capacity. Though there was a rise in the coefficient of performance, but the charge management, the safety issues for R290, that was a challenge for us. So we did some system balancing, we did some iterations with better compressors, and we got a product which we could put it out in the market. We did extensive testing for that product in various zones, and in the absence of any Indian standards, we referred to the European norms, and we tried to manage the charge as per the European norms. A lot of hurdles on the way. Management of charge because of internal volumes of the system. So trying to get smaller dia condensers, exploring the possibility of a microchannel condenser. All these possibilities were explored, and today we can proudly say that we have a fixed speed air conditioner as well as inverter air conditioner with the highest ER and highest ISER that we can have today, much beyond 5-star. With the help of MOEF and GIZ, we established a manufacturing line which we started in April 2012. We have produced more than close to 250,000 hydrocarbon air conditioners which are in the field today. This is a TUV certified manufacturing line, and we very proudly say that this is a air conditioner manufacturing line which is managed totally by women. We imparted some service training also to technicians. To start with, we started with only factory installations, factory trained personnel, but now we have translated that down the line. The challenges that we faced in all these journey was availability of component suppliers, because there were no reference products for us. There you won't find many hydrocarbon air conditioners in the domestic segment for which we can take a reference. So those were the challenges. Today we have inverter AC of 5.8 ISCER. That is regards the hydrocarbon journey for air conditioners. The other two products that I would like to mention here that we have also recently launched in this year, hydrocarbon powered deep freezers for the Indian market, and also medical refrigerators, which are a niche product with the patented technology, which support the cold chain also. So that is all from my side. I think I have cut the time too short. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. No, in the end, it's a pleasure sharing, and if you exchange a little bit of speaking time, that is very nice, also for me. But I think it was quite interesting to learn from you a little bit about the tracing of a process of improving air conditioning, including the role of manufacturing, and also what you outlined with respect to the role of renewable energies here. And also, obviously, there has been already quite an impact of EU India cooperation in this regard, and I think that is why we are here today, basically, so thank you very much. With this, I would like to ask Adrian Mascarenhas, as the Managing Director of Mantas India Humidity Control, to take the floor for his presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Good afternoon, everybody. So I'm Adrian Mascarenhas. I'm representing Mantas. Let me, in the short span of 10 minutes, try to give you what is Mantas' contribution towards green cooling and providing clean energy. Am I audible behind? Can you hear me clearly? Good. Okay. So Mantas is now around 60 years old, and it is founded by Karl Mantas. Very briefly, just to tell you, it's a company not in mainstream HVAC. We provide very specific air treatment, which means that we come in from an angle of moisture removal, humidity control, and providing humidity, and also taking out humidity from the air. Okay, so one of the lesser-known facts about Karl Mantas is that he actually developed the world's first structured media cooling pad, which is known as CELDEC, used in all evaporative cooling machines today. He is also the developer of insulation foam, which you all know as styrofoam or thermocol in India. And one of the key points about Mantas to be noted is that Mantas devotes a lot of its income into R&D, into developing products to help innovation, to develop sustainable products for the environment. So generally, we are what we like to call ourselves a small, large company. We are about just 3,000 employees globally. But we have a presence in about 30 countries. In India, we are about 250 employees. We have a plant in Mumbai and Pune, where we have our headquarters. And we have a presence all around India. Okay, we have almost 320,000 air treatment systems installed to date. But let's get to the more interesting part, is how we contribute towards green cooling. Just a general idea, a presentation of where we are present around the globe. Okay, so this slide is a little interesting. There are about 4 areas you can see here. the first one to the left, Mantas facilitates 50% of lithium battery production in the world. So we know that today a lot of vehicles are using fossil fuels. The trend today is to move towards lithium battery, already started in a big way in China. And Mantas is one of the few companies that can help in the manufacture of lithium batteries by providing a very, very low dew point, which is required during the manufacturing process. The more interesting one is block number 2, where we talk about data centers and the energy consumed by data centers. Today is a world completely taken over by electronic devices, and 65% of energy savings in data centers. So you can get between 35 to 65, depending on the climate and the place where you are. And data centers, the cooling of data centers, data centers, as you would know, they contain large servers, they contain equipment that generate a lot of heat. To ensure that a data center doesn't break down and doesn't have downtime, you have to ensure the equipment's always kept in prime shape. And for that, you need data center cooling. But that consumes almost 1% of total global electricity consumed. And Mantas can provide energy savings 30 to 65%, depending from which area we are cooling down in the world. Then, lesser known fact, Mantas is also into providing cooling for ventilation and cooling for AGOT applications. AGOT is agriculture and horticulture, but also it means livestock included. So you have a lot of livestock houses that are cooled with evaporative cooling and climate control with Mantas equipment. And 1/7 of all meals grown in installations where Mantas provides the climate control. So we have a concept from the farm to the fork, not only we providing the climate for the livestock, but also for the food processing that takes place later. And then, not only that, we are also cleaning 1/5 of all electricity cleaned with Mantas equipment. Now, what does that mean? Take India, for example. We know that almost 70% of the power generated in India comes from fossil fuels. That's like coal-based plants that burn coal to produce power. And that produces a lot of flue gases. Flue gases contain sulfur. Mantas provides flue gas desulfurization. We do the scrubbers that clean the equipment, clean the air coming out of the stacks. So 1/5 of all electricity produced worldwide is cleaned with Mantas equipment. And we are in a broad range of industries wherever we have products that benefit these industries. So what will we talk today? Topics would be the Mantas EPCC and the Mantas Dry Cool. Now, we have a lot of other products. I decided to take these two because I think it's more relevant to today's topics. So we'll start with the Mantas EPCC. So what is EPCC? It stands for evaporative pre-cooling for air-cooled condensers, okay? And I would like to go straight away to a slide where to get your attention. This is an installation that I overlooked in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. I was there for quite a while. And as you know, we have very, very hot temperatures in Riyadh. It can exceed 45 degrees very easily for most days of summer. So it starts around May right up to the month of October. So at least 6 months where you have temperatures exceeding 40, 45, and you have a very low relative humidity. You're talking a relative humidity lower than 15, okay? So here's a case study where we did pre-cooling with 8 numbers of Carrier Aquaforce chillers. These are huge chillers, okay? Cooling capacity of each is 1,250 kilowatts. That was each. Now, this little chart depicts the different months of the year.